It was good, party people. What's good? I'm going to say this real quick and try to get out your way. Look, if you believe that an administration that told you that if you dress better and if you did pull-ups and chin-ups in the airport, you'd have a better travel experience, you were misled. This is the same administration that could not deconflict the travel quotas for a helicopter and jets in the National Capital Region. This is the same administration that told you that they believe that objects flying in the sky were from, drug lords, only to find out they were party balloons and they shot them down with a laser. This is the same administration that told you that they saw a drone in the air and shot it down and it belonged to Customs and Border Patrol. But DOD couldn't deconflict that. Is anyone surprised that 3 jets got shot down in Kuwait because they couldn't coordinate they could not coordinate the airspace? This is the worst administration in the history of this country. They're not qualified to do anything, ever. And it's painful to watch it. I mean, it's painful to watch it. We're going to watch a lot of people die. And to watch this major on paper set up here today and disrespect NATO allies and say that, they were wringing their hands and clutching their pearls. This man has never commanded anything. Probably has never even been a platoon leader. But now he's in charge of the entire Department of Defense. This ain't gonna end well. And when he starts talking about no rules of engagement, what are we talking about here? There's always been rules of engagement. When I led guys in combat, guy down behind me, a couple other pictures, 154 of America's finest, they knew. There was no doubt about it. They knew that there were certain things that I was not going to tolerate. So when someone tells those service members to not obey unlawful orders, that's simple. That's not complex. You don't need to know My Lai. You don't need to know Lieutenant Calley. You don't need to know all of that. You know in your spirit, in your heart, there's certain orders that you don't follow. So I just want people to understand where we are right now. This op tempo is unsustainable. You can't shoot all of these missiles that are raining down into these different countries and be effective and think people aren't going to die. People are going to die. When you say no rules of engagement, you can't blow up a school full of girls and think that makes sense. It's impossible. Inconceivable. And it breaks my heart that someone even has to talk about this. I just want people to understand where we are and the gravity of the moment. BB's son is not in a combat zone. Neither one of 45, 47 sons are in a combat zone. None of these people who are sending their kids in harm's way have anyone that they love in a combat zone. I got a son that's serving. I got 2 nephews that are serving. Actually 3. 2 nephews in uniform, one as a law enforcement officer. So I'm not trying to hear any of this. I just ask that folks understand the magnitude of the moment and just know this was avoidable. This was avoidable. There's just so many things I want to unpack, but this shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening.